Welcome back. Now it's time to put down those crayons and sit up straight, as we're joined by a number of no-nonsense reading stars who have been checking out some great books for us.
On the sofa is 11-year-old Kiva Lowe, 8-year-old Eliana Martin, 11-year-old David Lane and 8-year-old Leah Murray from the Leah Moran Stage School. Good morning to you all.
Good morning,
Thanks for coming to
boy
play
and
with
girls.
us.
How are we?
Great to have you with
Good.
us today, and you've got some great ideas for books. Now, we all love to read here on the show. Very important and a bit of fun as well. And you've been doing all the hard work for us and finding out what good books are out there at the moment. So, Kiva, we'll start with you. You've Got a Friend by Judy Curtin. Did you like this book?
Yeah, I loved it.
Did you? What's it about? Tell us about it.
So it's about two best friends named Beth and Molly. And Molly's dad moved in from Australia because he moved away. And he moved back to where Molly lives. And when he got back, he was really sad. So they wanted to get him a pet. But he wasn't really keen on that idea. So they were wondering why he wasn't friendly with his brother. So they went back in time to see what had happened, and they realised that Molly's dad, Eddie, had a cat, and his brother Stephen got very sick. So his mum and dad decided that they had to get rid of the cat. So he was very upset with Stephen, his brother.
He was sad that the cat was gone.
Yeah, because he
Oh,
loved the
no.
cat so much.
Sure.
So when they got back, they invited Stephen over to Molly's dad's house, and they started to talk about their childhood, and they got back friends again.
Oh, that's a lovely story. So the two girls basically made sure that the dad and his brother became friends again.
Yeah,
So would you recommend the book?
I was.
If you were to give it a mark out of 10, how many out of 10 would you give
10
it?
out of 10.
Would you?
Akiva, how old are you? Are you 11?
Tell you
love?
11,
what?
yeah.
So do you think that's the right age group to be reading You've Got a Friend?
Yes.
Yeah, you understood the story and what it meant?
Yes.
Okay, well that's a really good tip, and
That's
thank
a
you
good
so
start.
much.
It's a 10 out of 10. Very good.
Very
By
good.
the way, I love your hair. I love the bands on your hair. It's gorgeous, isn't it? Isn't it? I have one of them. Now, Leah, you have two books for us, don't you? The first one is Mad Granddads and the Kleptos. This sounds crazy. What's this about?
It's about a boy who goes to his granddad's house, but his granddad's very lazy, and and when he comes, he noticed when he comes that his granddad's asleep.
His granddad's asleep all the time.
That's what granddads do.
That's what granddad's job
But he
is. So
had
what does he do?
but he had an alarm clock, but it kept going missing.
Oh, right.
So the boy had to go through the dog
Right,
leap that they had
right.
because the dog died years ago.
Oh,
So-
no.
There's a lot of pets featuring today.
Yeah.
And then when he got in, the granddad always said that his alarm clock went missing, because it actually did. And that day he fell back asleep and put another alarm clock beside him on his armchair. And then when he was asleep, the boy was reading his book, and then a skinny hand came out of the couch
No.
and then turned off the clock and
No.
went back in.
No, whose hand was it?
It was one of the Kleptos.
There's no way!
And then
You show us the cover of the book, because you can see the skinny hands coming out of the book. Look at that.
And you know, Leah's been very busy because there's two books here.
So you have another book then. First of all, how many marks out of 10 would you give that one?
10 out of 10.
Is it excellent?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Totally.
Okay. Now, my first book of GAA. Do you like GAA?
Yeah.
Good. Now, tell us about this book.
So it tells you all the stuff you need, and it tells
Oh,
you
very
like
good.
the really important people like the players and
the referee and that,
the
is it?
Yeah, and then it also tells you what a goal is and a point is.
Oh, very good.
So it's a great book for people
Yeah.
learning.
So it explains the
about
whole
it.
sport. Now, how
Yeah.
many marks out of 10 would you give that?
9 out of 10.
Oh, 9 out of
But still a very
10.
good score.
Very good.
Leah,
Thank
thank
you,
you so
Leah.
much.
That's brilliant.
Eliana, you've been busy too. Tell us about Diary Detectives. Hold up the book there for us, Pat.
It's a mystery book, and it's
Oh,
about
right.
3 kids, and they solve mysteries, and they have this like clubhouse, and they have to solve a mystery of who wrote this diary, because someone in their neighborhood wrote a diary, but
And they
they
found
don't
it,
know.
did they?
Yeah, they found it at a car boot
right.
sale, and they need to
very
know
good.
who wrote it, because there's loads of bad things wrote in the diary.
No, right.
So it's a bit of a mystery. Do you like detective books? Do you like
I
that
love
kind?
detectives.
Yeah. And did you guess who done it at the end?
I didn't really guess. I kind of
Just read to the end and found
Yeah.
out. What would you give it out of 10?
10 out of 10.
Oh,
Really?
Wow. These
Holy
books are
moly.
great.
These
Eliana,
are
thank you so much. I
brilliant.
know you had another book. We might get to that later on. Thank you very much.
David, you have a David Williams book.
Yeah, I do.
Now, do you like David Williams?
I do, yeah.
Do you read a lot of his stuff?
Yeah, I like The Billionaire Boy. It's my favourite.
Okay. Now, what about this one? The World's Worst Children.
None of you are in that.
3. Right, hold up the cover there and give us a look at that, David. Tell us about this
Yes,
book.
so it's basically a book filled with about 10 different children, and it's separated into different stories, and it tells their stories like, say, there are people here, a bunch of different children there,
Right.
and there are people like Boastful Barnabas, and the funny stories like he'd boast all the time, but every time he boasts, his head grows bigger or something like that.
Very good.
So it's just all funny stories.
But you've read a couple of other David Williams books. Have you? Like his style?
Yeah,
do you?
I do, yeah.
And what I love about David Williams' books as well is the illustrations, because you can see there, I don't know if you can see that, boys and girls. The illustrations are gorgeous. And
They are, yeah.
If you were to give this a mark out of 10,
Sure, I'd say give it a 10.
really?
They
Yeah.
are very
Really?
high marks today, guys.
They are.
I do love Dave Williams well, and I think his sense of humour and his mischievous streak comes through in the books. Don't they?
Kind of
Gangster
his
Granny, I love.
personality, his personality comes through. in it.
Yeah.
Didn't they turn that into a TV series as well?
I think they did. Yeah. I think it's a movie. Thank you so much for joining us
You're
today. You've one
very
more
good.
book there, Eliana. What's it that?
What's
We're
the
going
other
to the zoo.
Yeah, I read this to my sister.
Ah.
You're such a kind
What
sister.
age is your sister?
She's 4.
Ah.
And did she like it?
Yeah.
She liked you reading her a story. Yeah, I'm sure she did.
How many marks out of 10 would you give the zoo book?
I,
Oh,
9 out of 10.
Oh, a 9.
9 out of 10. Well, Kiva and
You're
Leah
very good.
and Eliana and David, thank you so much for joining us today and for doing all that hard work for us.
Thank
Some great
you,
tips
guys.
there.
Thank you for
Thanks
coming
for
in.
coming in.
Right, still to come, Rob Lipsett gives us his game plan to looking great and feeling healthy.
Been following it.
Now,
Plus, we're trying to no bake chocolate tarts.
I've been following
Excuse me. Me too. And we've got autumn cover-ups on the catwalk. Stay with us.